You know, when I had an encounter that my wages is not in your pocket, nor in the pocket of a group of people, nor in the pocket of a church. 1982, we had not started a church. I knew my employer, and I knew what he employed me to do, and I knew that he's a faithful employer and he's responsible. So I've never asked a man of any help in my life. I'm telling you the truth. I've not gone to anybody's house or called anybody on phone to help Jesus. To be an insult. One encounter can redesign your life. Yes. One encounter. Can you ever confuse me about God? Too late. I've had him touch me on the back by his hand. I've had him say, stand up and follow me, and I followed him. I've had him open the Bible for me himself. Encounters are real. Just that we are so disconnected. We are too natural to connect with the supernatural. We are too natural. We are too fleshy to assess the things of the Spirit. I had a very humbling experience when we were starting Word of Faith Bible Institute. My wife, out of concern, said, the school is starting next week. There was no venue where they would resume into. Are you the owner? The owner should know where they will resume to. As I said that, he opened my physical eyes like this and said, that is where the Bible school will be. Clean. I got to the office and I said, hey, Jonathan, on your way to so and so place. I said, what's that place called? He said, it's called Casino Road. I said, go on there. That's where the Bible school will be. He got there and met the owner in front of the building. Hello, sir. Are you the owner of this building? He said, no. Jesus is the owner, I'm the caretaker. He said, we need it for Bible school. Bible school then is free. Encounters are real. We are just too natural to connect with the supernatural. You only attract the testimonies you celebrate. The one you despise, you despair. I celebrated the hand of God upon Kenneth Hagin. I yearn to have the same order of walk with God as he did. And by his grace, one of the carriers of his mantle today. I celebrated the integrity of the prosperity testimony of Kenneth Copeland. My entire heart. When I hear prosperity, it was my interpretation. I desired that order of grace on my life. And Jesus made it happen. I celebrated the audacity of the faith of Wigglesworth. His superiority mentality over principalities and powers. I got caught up with it. And by the grace of God, I'm reproducing after the same order today. You only attract the testimonies you celebrate. Never assess the one you despise. We were in a crusade many years ago, and as we came back to the house where we were staying, and I don't have to tell you what kind of place we were staying, they were wonderful places. There were no beds. No. We came back from that very powerful night meeting, and as we entered the room, about 5 of us were staying in the room, and a human-sized, faceless structure, you heard the story many times, rolled out from the door as we entered, and then a big ball like a vulture leapt from the window. You know, the darkness of the earth are full of appetition for cruelty. I said, hello. The devil has no right to tell us when to pray. Go to bed. You wake up in the morning and you find that somebody else is not waking. Touch him. Don't pray. We slept on the devil's head. I said, if you have what it is, wait, you will have waited for us. Where are you going out? Where are you going to? Audacity. Reproducing after the same order. Can I tell you this? You may choose to believe it, you may choose to doubt, that's your problem. The testimony of my prosperity is clean. Clean. No corner there. Clean. This man is a very prosperous man, sir. Clean. Clean. There is no game or gimmicks. I knew when he met me. I knew what he told me. And I knew I had positioned myself in it. And I can tell what is happening today. I've not had a dime from books in my life. I don't know how they sell the CDs. Even when they were selling cassette, I didn't know how much they were selling. I'm not on the board of any company under heaven. And I'm not a shareholder in any company. I'm just blessed by genuine, tireless covenant practice. Amen. Wigglesworth had some noise in his room. In those days, there were no electricity, so he had his lantern in his hand and went to check what was happening. And he saw one ugly creature with a horn on the head, rocking on the chair, and he snuffed. I didn't even know it was you, the devil, and went back to bed. So I couldn't recover from that testimony. It was like wine in my spirit. It was turning me on. So when I went out to minister after that encounter, I called for an altar call for witches. Witches here, stand to your feet. They stood in their number. I said, okay, sit down. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that somebody calls you a witch. You know you're a practicing witch. Stand up now. They stood up in their numbers. It was a community of witches. Amen. I demonstrated authority over them, and I asked one of them to come on here. Tell me what to do with the devil. You have heard the story before. Now that was a reproduction of the testimony of Wigglesworth, a man I never met. But I believed in the integrity of his testimony. I believed in the integrity of his person. I believe in the calling of God upon his life. And so, I'm enjoying that today. And I imagine without that, how we'll survive here. This is a colony of wickedness. You need to know how many birds fell from the sky on this ground. Countless. They just dropping and dropping. I had a ball one time hit the door of our house and fell down there with blood coming out. But that testimony changed my status, changed my level. I was 25 years old when I got it. It's not old age that we're talking about. It's light age. Now watch. I have never met the great man of God, David Yongi in my life. I've never been in that church in my life. But I became his life student in 1985. I read Oyedepo's about that magnificent church. And now God was growing the church. I believed in the integrity of the growth of that church and the integrity of the man of God. Amen. See where we are today. It was an encounter that opened up the church growth destiny of this church. One encounter. 3 days only. 3 days only. 3 days only. And I saw a church that will always have people outside forever. I saw a church that will always have people outside, no matter how big the size. Will always have people outside. Forever. One encounter. Now the kind of encounter that will turn your life around forever, unforgettably, you will have it